What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the 8 weeks post Olympia physique update of Mike Sommerfeld. So for the people who are commenting that he should try 212 because he looks more of a bodybuilder rather than a classic physique guy, then I have to tell you guys, he is just too big for 212. In fact, most of the guys in the first Olympia call out, except for Terence Sufin in classic and Breon honestly, there is just no way they can make that 212 weight class. Plus, the incredible results that Mike Sommerfeld achieved at this past Miss Olympia by pushing Chris Bumstead harder than anyone before. He gave him the toughest battle out of all these guys. Like Urs, Ramon, Breon, and all of these guys. That just proves that he fits every criteria of being a classic physique athlete. And at the rate at which he's making all this progress, we might be looking at our next classic physique Miss Olympia, possibly the man number 4, to win that classic physique Olympia title ever since this division was created. And the great thing about Mike is that, for his height and his frame, he looks so damn thick and so dense, and he has insane amount of muscle density, and that too top to bottom, front to back. But still he is getting some mixed reaction from the fans. Because the thing is, there is still some big percentage of all these bodybuilding fans, especially classic physique fans, who all believe he should try men's open bodybuilding. Now, I personally think the man is way more classic looking bodybuilder than the late George Peterson, and George Peterson always placed so high at the Olympia level. So Mike has got an amazing shape, and the fact that he wasn't maxed out in terms of his weight at this year's Miss Olympia, that makes him a lot more dangerous as he heads into next year. So Florian Poirson released some off-season physique updates, and the man is weighing at about 300 pounds. In what we can all see is the best off-season condition of his entire professional career. And we have to keep in mind, just up until last year, he was competing in classic physique. So this is just mind-boggling. Now I have said this so many times before, he never belonged in classic, and every fan out there, they have an agreement on this fact. So Florian's come back to the stage next year in the men's open division, a division where he started his professional career back in 2019. This comeback can really be a big story of next year, one of the most anticipated comebacks. Now you can all see that he has those massive quads, crazy sweep and really small waist, and that is why when Florian made his pro debut back in 2019 at Portugal Pro, he was working with Patrick Tour at that time, and Patrick said he is the guy with the most potential among all those young pros back in that time. So Florian won't be starting his prep for another 6 weeks or so, and he plans to compete during the summer, which gives him plenty of time to marinate all that muscle, especially that new muscle, and come back with a big bang. So the highest Florian placed in any pro show, that was second last year in classic physique, but that physique did not even come close to what he looked like back in Portugal Pro 2019, where he placed 4th, a placing which most of the fans just did not agree with. So the one thing that we all want to see on Florian is an improved back, because that was like his only weak area when he made his pro debut. Next up, we have an update from Michael Krizo. So the man is looking really awesome as he gets back into the groove of eating, sleeping and training, especially after that shoulder surgery. And it is so great to see him go through a proper checkup and everything is in order. So this is probably the fattest version of Michael Krizo that you guys will ever see, because he's coming off after an injury, after a surgery, and after going through a detox phase. And the fact that he did not train for weeks and weeks, and still he bounced back so damn fast. And the thing is, even right now, he's taking extreme precautions. When he goes through a shoulder workout, he's being very careful. So the way he has bounced back, that is just nuts. Now, as you guys already know, that Michael Krizo has announced that the New York Pro is gonna be his first show of the year. But he intends to do more shows, because chances are that all these guys who are doing Pittsburgh Pro, they are gonna do the New York Pro as well, for that extra 30 grand, as that show is just 1 week after Pittsburgh Pro. So that is a lot of money for just 1 more week of dieting. And in that case, guys like Martin Fitzwater or Nick Fokker, they also show up there. Things are gonna get really hot for Michael Krizo during his comeback show. So this year Krizo had to skip the Olympia as well as Prague Pro, And that too for the first time since 2022. But let's just not forget, he was top 7 at the Olympia last year. Another big news about Michael Krizo is that he is no longer working with Alexander Holbeck, the guy who has been coaching him for so many years. So Michael announced this on his YouTube channel, although he did not reveal his new coach just yet.
Ale to už sme zodpovedali, tak nezodpovedali, ale zodpovedali.
Jasné.
A že či si ešte s Alexandrom Holbickom kamarát?
Neviem, či sme kamaráti, no. To musí on povedať.
Next up, we have an update from the mutant, Nick Walker, continuously going up in weight and strength ever since he started working with his new coach. And as he dives into another deep off season, now cannot think of another guy who trains so precise and so accurate than Nick Walker. He has that textbook form, no matter how much weight he is moving. So Nick has got a lot of naysayers to prove wrong in this upcoming season, especially after the head judge, Steve Weinberger, saying that he's gonna have a hard time winning the Olympia ever. So there is gonna be a lot of pressure on Nick Walker as well in 2025. And he himself has put him in this type of situation by saying it over and over again that he could have won the Olympia last year if he did not get injured. And Nick was probably the only guy who made such blunt statements throughout his career. And statistically speaking, the only time he proved everyone wrong is that when he won the Arnold back in 2021. Now the Arnold that year did not have that much of a deep lineup. For instance, we had Ian Valier in second and Steve Koglo in third. And Ian at his very best was never top 6 at the Olympia. Now we do not know what are Nick's expectations as he heads into the most challenging year of his professional career. Can he even beat this improved version of Martin Fitzwater? Because if he doesn't, that puts him outside of the top 4 at the Olympia level. And then we have these other monsters like Andrew Jack and Hunter Labrada as well. So do let me know what you guys think.
My gear protocol that I used for this past Olympia. Some of you might think it's a lot, some of you might think it's a little. I know it's a little. I always have adopted that idea of less is more, and it has worked.
We are living in a great bodybuilding era where some of these top guys, they are just so transparent about their protocols. So I would highly advise all of you guys to watch the latest video of none other than the 2 times Classic Physique Olympia champion, as well as the Arnold Classic champion, Breon, who doesn't only give the exact compounds that he used for his Olympia prep, but also he told us the exact dosages as well.
We start with test cypionate, all right? I was using 0.5 milliliters Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, guys. So that's 300 milligrams a week.
So this is a top-tier classic guy we are talking about. A guy who is a living legend, getting so transparent with everything. And this is just over a gram of gear weekly. So Michael the Bull, another top Olympia competitor, he also said that the total amount of gear for most of these classic guys, that is also close to 1 gram. So this video from Breon, that is like gold, because there will be guys who must be running a lot more, even in the state levels. So this just goes to show us that we should not abuse all this stuff. And do not forget, Breon is 45 years old. He is the only classic physique competitor who has done all the 9 Olympias, and he hasn't had any health issues throughout his career. So this is a great idea from all the top pros, preaching that more isn't better. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.